To the south of West Rune, dividing the plains above the frozen forest of Frostweald, the hills give way to the Foramere Basin, a land of contrasts, where lush summer meadows brush against an icy lake that barely thaws. At the heart of this basin lies a beautiful, magically cold lake, its water shimmering with an unnatural frost, a reminder of the ice-lost years when Erevan the Rime Lord ruled here. Foramere Lake was once the site of Erevan's tower. When he was defeated, it melted, forming the lake. Erevan the Rime Lord was a titanic frost elemental. In the ice-lost years, he teamed up with the frost dragon Sky Sunder. They waged war and were a great threat to Tal Dorei for many years, and their influence would shape the landscape even today. Even with the bitter cold air, life thrives here. The people of Erevan's Fall have fished these frozen banks for hundreds of years. Their boats, carved from frost-resistant pines and bound with rune-etched iron, are uniquely built to resist the magical chill. Even though it is summer, the early morning air is incredibly cold, and Tharlet wears his winter coat. Tharlet wakes early every morning.
Just as the early bird gets the worm, fish bite best in the early hours.
Tharlet has himself been fishing here for a little over a century. He learned his trade from his father, who fought in the ice-lost years. Tharlet prepares his lines first. Tharlet prefers small minnows as bait. He catches them in traps set near the shore. It's dangerous to check such traps in the freezing morning air, so Tharlet will check them when he returns, as he does every day.
We use heat stones in the hull to stop the frost from biting. The lake gives good fish, fat, cold water char, but you treat it with respect. She'll freeze your lungs if you fall in.
In these waters, fish do more than swim. They shimmer with latent magic. The ghost scale char, prized by mages and fishermen alike, survives here by reflecting ambient aether like a mirror. Using bait caught yesterday, Tharlet drops his lines. If he's lucky, he can catch upwards of 30 fish in a day. Tharlet begins to hum a dwarven fishing song. It is traditional for dwarves to sing softly while they work, and even though the dwarves of Erevan's Fall are more likely to be found on the lake than in a mine, they haven't forgotten their roots. Tharlet is hoping for a good haul today. To the east, at the mouth of the lake and the Wild Path River, Nylyra tends to her farm. The land is quite fertile considering the floods that occur every year. She's grown up on this farm, listening to her father's tales of the ice-lost years. Nylyra's family grows silver mist rice. Silver mist rice matures slowly, feeding off of enchanted waters laced with frost magic. The cold doesn't kill the plant. It teaches it resilience. Each grain contains a sliver of elemental balance, prized by chefs, healers, and spellwrights alike. Here, every drop of water is guided with purpose, every terrace shaped by spell and spade alike, and even the rain is welcomed as kin. The warm waters of the Wild Path meeting with the freezing waters of the lake cause an interesting weather phenomenon, causing there to be a considerable amount of rain. The area is great for local crops. It is planting season, and Nylyra has a lot of work to do. Luckily, she doesn't have to do it alone, for her children know how important this season is. It rains every day here, which means we have to finish early. Here, cultures merge. After the ice-lost years, when Erevan would hold this region in terror, there was a group of dwarves and a group of elves that chose to stay and ensured to keep the vigil should the Frostfell portal ever open. Generations later, their vigil remains, but so too does something more unexpected, a thriving fusion of tradition and trade. This is Foramere Collective Market, a living testament to what can happen when stone and song walk the same path. Here, one finds dwarven influence in forges, selling enchanted arms, boats, and various trinkets, and elven influences in specialty frostbloom teas, crystal-carved charms, and silver thread fabrics that never gather frost. Here, culture doesn't just coexist. It intertwines. The fusion is more than practical. It's poetic. It may be off the silver-cut roadway, but it is well worth a visit. Tarn Two Fires is an artisan trader and the market's only licensed vendor of both enchanted weaponry and frost-thread jewelry.
First fire's the forge, where my dad taught me to bend steel like river reeds. Second's the kettle, where Ma brewed moonleaf tea that can make a troll wheel. Me? I do both.
Raised in the shadow of the ice-lost years, Tarn is a child of peace and purpose. He embodies the new Foramere, where identity is no longer singular, but shared. His weapons bear dwarven runes etched deep into magically tempered blades. His trinkets shimmer with elven finesse, catching light with frozen sunlight. Tarn's stall is popular in the market. He is well liked and barely gets a moment to himself.
I'd love to hire some help, but there's not a lot of kids looking for a job, you know?
In a market shaped by survival and softened by unity, merchants like Tarn don't just sell wares, they sell legacy. One crafted not from stone or song alone, but from both. After market, Tarn heads home. He is lucky to have a homestead with an excellent view of the lake. Arriving home, he tends a fire in an altar. He keeps his fire burning as his father did, a tradition meant to honor the flame of hearth and purpose. The smell of dinner greets him as he enters the house. Muriel, his wife, has been looking forward to his return and has prepared the meal. She cooked some char dumplings, silver mist rice, and warm, ice-capped mushroom soup. First, we make the rice. Don't forget to season it. No one wants unseasoned rice. After dinner, he and his wife visit their shrine, a dual shrine dedicated to Moradin and the Wild Mother. They share prayers that life will continue to bless them and that Erevan will never return. After prayers, it is time to truly relax, with a pipe, watching the mist coming off of the lake in the dying light. At Skyhook Station, biologists, rangers, and arcanists gather from across Tal Dorei and beyond. Their purpose? To understand a landscape where winter never truly ends, and where evolution walks hand in hand with enchantment. We're not just studying animals, we're trying to understand how magic itself adapts, or maybe how life adapts to magic. The snowglass hair bends light to vanish in a flash of refraction, a natural illusion spell in living fur. Barely the size of a fox, the hair doesn't outrun predators. It vanishes behind glints of light and bending vision. Its fur isn't just white, it's translucent, laced with threads of raw evocation magic. I've watched one disappear 5 feet in front of me. No spell, no illusion, just a trick of the light. Nature's own invisibility cloak. Snowglass hairs are unique to the border of the frost weald in Foramere Basin. This makes them endangered. Luckily, it seems like their numbers are on the rise. They raise their young in deep burrows beneath radiant root clusters, plants that warm the soil through stored spell energy. This keeps their nests well hidden from most predators, and there are many predators for the snowglass hare. Wolves, basilisks, owls. Life's not easy or safe for the little guy, which is why we need to protect them. There's other ways to make cloaks of invisibility. In the Foramere Basin, where magic lingers in the soil and memory rides the wind, life is more than survival. It is a song of defiance, harmony, and hope. Here, snow doesn't silence the land. It shapes it, Dwarves sing to the water, elves shape frost-touched fields, and ancient threats lie dormant beneath a lake that remembers everything. Yet the people remain, tending fires, casting nets, carving futures from the echoes of a frozen past. In this land of contrasts, it is not the cold that defines life, but the warmth we choose to kindle within it. Hi, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.